Hello chess lovers! While everyone is busy with analyzing the second game of Caruana match, as you know that game ended up in a draw, I decided to share with you a more interesting game played by these top two strongest chess grandmasters. This game was played in 2014 at Zurich Chess Challenge. This was a Blitz game and Carlsen started the game with e4, c5 by Caruana, Sicilian defense, knight f3 e6, d4, c takes d4, knight takes d4, and a6. Caruana goes for counter variation. With this move, black is taking under control the b5 square, is not allowing any possible knight b5 jumps, and is preparing an eventual b5. Bishop d3, which is the most popular response to counter variation, bishop c5. Here the most popular move for white is knight b3, after which black can either play bishop e7 or bishop a7. But in the game after bishop c5, we see c3, d6, Nd2 Nf6. We see castling by both sides, a4 and e5. Caruana is kicking away the knight from the central square, knight b3 and bishop a7. Knight c4, bishop e6, queen e2, knight c6. Black proceeds with his normal development, nothing special, bishop g5, h6, and after bishop h4, Caruana went on making risky moves. g5 is on the board. Bishop g3, knight e7. Caruana wants to bring his knight on g6 square, knight d2, knight g6, rook e1, and this time h5. And if we have a look at the position, black's attack looks very scary. h3, now comes h4, and after kicking away the bishop, this time g4 was played. Look at this. King h1, which is the most precise defense. Instead of king h1, h takes g4 is not a good idea, because after knight takes g4, knight e3, this time the queen can join the attack, and this looks very scary. That's why in the game after g4 we see king h1. Carlsen is allowing black to win a pawn, but then is bringing his rook on g1. And now if we have a look at the position, white king is in safety and there are no direct threats. King g7, knight e3, bishop takes e3. Caruana got rid of the knight, which was eyeballing on f5 square. Queen takes e3. Right now the bishop on h3 is hanging, but Caruana went for knight g4. Of course the bishop is untouchable because of this knight takes f2 fork. And if we have a look at the position after knight g4, we can say that up to this point, white was managing to defend successfully, but it was in here that Magnus Carlsen made a mistake and played queen f3, after which black is managing to gain advantage. Well, instead of queen f3, it was better to play queen e2. The threat is rook takes g4. And if knight takes h2, then king takes h2, although after bishop e6, still black stands much better, but this continuation could have been better for white. But in the game after knight g4, we see queen f3, which was met with queen f6. Right now the threat is queen takes f3 followed by knight takes f2 checkmate. Let's just make a random move. If a5, then queen takes f3, and then we will see a brutal checkmate on the board. Or after queen f6, if queen takes f6, then after king takes f6, again white is in trouble. How is white going to neutralize this threat? White should give away his rook. In the game after queen f6, we see rook takes g4, but of course this won't help white. Queen takes f3 is on the board, knight takes f3, bishop takes g4, knight takes h4. With a simple tactic, white is managing to win a pawn, but of course this won't help white. Knight f3, rook takes g4 check, king f6, rook g3. And after knight takes h2, king takes h2, Caruana first announced a check from h8, and then after king g2 forced an exchange of rooks. Bishop c4, and after rook takes g3, f takes g3, a5, Carlsen resigned. Of course, white's position is hopeless. There's not much white can do. For example, let's just make a random move, then black can play king g6 with the idea of f5. If bishop c2, then black can play king g5, And if a move like bishop b1 a waiting move, then simply f5 and it's over, guys, and then d5 is coming, e4. White's position is lost, that's why after a5 Magnus Carlsen resigned. A very interesting game, I think. After Carlsen's bishop h4 move, Caruana launched a deadly attack on the king's side and managed to finish up his opponent in style. Thanks for watching, I hope that you enjoyed this game. For more games, consider subscribing to my channel. I will see you in the next video.